dears, I hope all of you are fine there and nice to meet you. I am Chippy and I am from Kerala. I am going to handle our 8th standard science subject. So shall we start? Our first chapter is crop production and management. The first question which comes in your mind is what is there in this chapter and what we are going to study in this chapter. Okay, as you can see, the name itself suggests crop and production, like how these crops are produced, how it is to be managed, and what are the different steps to be followed in crop production. Okay, the next question which comes is why we have to study this chapter. Students, you can say that this chapter is based on agriculture. Since our country is an agro-based country, that is agriculture-based country, we have 70 to 80% of the population depends on the agriculture directly or indirectly. So, we should know how it is to be done and how it is to be managed and what are the different steps. Okay, so let's start. Before that, I will ask you a question. Students, do you love food? Even I also. When we need food, we need food for different purposes. What are they? To get energy, to be alive, for the growth of our body, for the proper functioning of our body, etc. etc. The question is, from where we get food? We get food from different sources. Basically, there are two sources that are plants and animals. Okay. Plants gives us wheat, rice, all types of vegetables and fruits. Okay. And animals gives us meat, egg, milk, etc. Now, next question is how we get all these things in large scale. For that, we have to go through agricultural practices. The next question is what is agriculture? The growing of plants or crops in a field for obtaining food are called agriculture. The next question obviously comes is that what is crop? When same kind of plants are cultivated on a field on a large scale to obtain food are called crops. Certain examples for crops are paddy, maize, wheat, etc. etc. I will make it more clear. Let us take an example. A crop of wheat means all the plants in the crop are wheat only. Right. But when two plants are mixed, that is, in your garden you have different kinds of plants. That is, you have hibiscus, rose, jasmine, etc. etc. These are not called as crops. Why? Because these are of different kinds. So the definition for the crop is the plants should be all are of same kind. Let's go through the different categories of crops. First one is cereals. It contains rice, wheat and barley. The second category is pulses. It includes gram, peas, beans. The third category is oil seeds. It includes groundnuts, mustard. Why these are called oil seeds? Because these seeds are rich in oil and we can extract oil from these seeds for food. The fourth category is all type of vegetables and the fifth is fruits. The second important topic is classification of crops. Crops are classified based on different seasons. Students, we know that we have different seasons, that is summer season, winter season and rainy season. The first one is Kharif and second one is Rabi. In the case of Kharif crops, these are grown during rainy season. It will be from June to September. That is, the Kharif crops are sown during June and harvested at the end of September. Certain examples are paddy, maize, millet and soybean. Second category is Rabi and it is known as the winter season crops, because these are sown during winter seasons. That is, Rabi crops are sown during October and are harvested at the end of March. Certain examples are wheat, gram and mustard. So students, When you want to grow a crop, you need to follow certain step-by-step procedures, and these step-by-step procedures are called agricultural practices. There are 7 agricultural practices. What are they? First one is the preparation of soil, sowing, adding manures and fertilizers, irrigation, protecting from weeds. Weeds means unwanted plants. We will discuss it later. And next one is harvesting, and the last one is storage. Okay. The first step is the preparation of soil. Students, we know that the upper layer of the earth is called the soil. And this soil provides mineral, water, air and many more things to the plants. So we have to make or we have to prepare the soil for sowing, and it is done through 3 steps. Firstly, in soil preparation, we have to turn or loosen the soil, and this is called plowing, and it is done with the help of a tool called a plow. This helps the roots to penetrate deep into the soil, and thereby they get nutrients. And this loosened soils can hold a lot of water, and which helps the growth of the earthworms and microbes in the soil. Okay. And this process plowing brings the nutrient-rich soils to the surface, and by this the plants can receive nutrients directly. And the other plus point of plowing is that it helps to destroy weeds. Weeds means the unwanted plants in the field. Next step is leveling. Leveling is done to make the surface more smoother. Okay, what is the need of this? Let's see. First benefit is leveling prevents the top fertile soil from strong winds. And the second benefit is leveling helps in the uniform distribution of water during irrigation. And the third benefit is it helps in preventing the loss of moisture. Okay, these are the benefits of doing the process leveling. Next step is manuring. Manuring means adding manures to soil. Manuring is done to increase the fertility of the soil. So, once the soil is plowed, leveled and manured, it is ready for sowing of seeds. Next, we are going to discussing about agricultural implements. Before sowing seeds, it is necessary to break the soil into the size of grains to get a better yield. This can be done with the help of a number of tools. The main tools are plow, hoe and cultivator. First, we are going to discuss about the wooden plow. The figure is given in your textbook, page number 4, figure 4. Here, this wooden plow is made of wood, and it is drawn by a pair of bullocks or other animals. It consisting of wooden beam, a plowshare, a handle and plow shaft. The plowshare consisting of a triangular strip of iron, and the main part of this tool is plow shaft, that is a long log of wood. On the one end there is a handle, it can be held by the farmer. On the other end it is attached to a wooden beam. It can be placed on the neck of the bullocks to pull the plow. This is a traditional way of plowing, and it is nowadays it is replaced by iron plow. Next one is hoe. It is used for removing weeds, that is unwanted plants, and to loosen the soil. It consisting of a long rod which is made of iron or wood, and it has a handle having a grip at one end, and on the other end it has a bent plate and it works like a blade. Okay, on the other end it has a beam which is placed on the neck of the bullocks. Actually, this hoe is a modified form of plow. Another tool is cultivator. Nowadays, we are ploughing the lands with the help of a tractor-driven cultivator, and which has many plowshares which can dig into a considerable area of soil at the same time. Therefore, cultivator saves our time and labor.